Hey everybody, Icy Cat here. All the information just dropped today regarding what we're going to be seeing with Operation Ember Rise, including the new reworked Kanal map and the operator's abilities, loadouts, and more. Now, if you missed the live stream event or didn't have time to check out the whole thing, I'm going to break it all down for you and give you the highlights. Okay, so let's kick things off with the reveal of the new map for the season. So this is the rework for Kanal, and there is a huge difference in the way this map is laid out. In many ways, it is an entirely new map, although it does retain some familiar elements. This is a rework that is somewhat on the scale of the Hereford base rework, where you had some rooms that had some familiarity, but overall the layout was so fundamentally different it might as well have been a new map, and we're gonna see the same thing here with Kanal. Some rooms may be in familiar places, but the orientation of the way the furniture is laid out has changed, or maybe something looks a little similar to the way it used to, but it's combined with the new room coming off of it in a completely different way than it was before. The biggest thing that's going to jump out at you is the way that the artwork in the map has changed. There is a huge difference in the way the map presents visually. The textures are cleaner, they're more modern, they're definitely a step up from what they used to be, and the layout of everything in it is going to be different. The giant ship with all the canisters on it has been removed and replaced with a couple of submarines, and then you take a look at the structure and you still have the two main buildings. But in addition to that original walkway that is there, that is still staying, but there is now a new second walkway. This one actually connects one level up in the front part of the building. This comes off of the old control center and connects over to the other side of the map. So now we have a lot more going on with ways that you can move around. New stairways have been added to connect the different sections, and there's also more exterior corridors that wrap around the outer perimeters of rooms. That way they can reduce the amount of windows that attackers can sit on and camp. This makes it so attackers have to actually come into the building to get the job done. Another change was down below. The loading dock area is now considered an exterior zone. So before, defenders could go into that loading dock section, and as long as they didn't actually step outside of that garage door, they were considered inside and they could be under there. Well, now that whole area is considered an exterior zone. Once they step into that, it immediately starts counting toward that being outside detection. There's also some big changes over in the boat part of the map. That would be the lower section underneath the Coast Guard offices. And this is seeing a rework, and they are adding a fourth bomb site here to make this ranked map playlist compatible. There's also kind of a new feature here. There is a sub floor, a tunnel that connects one part of this section from the diving room over to where the shower room section is and by the bathrooms. And this is an area that you can hop down and kind of rotate through if you need to, so that if you're in one part of the map, you don't get closed off from that other section. So while this is a return of the old Kanal, in many ways you're going to have to relearn this map from the top down. Now let's take a look at our two new operators. So first up, we will start with the defensive operator Goyo. He is a 2-speed, 2-armor character, and these two new operators are going to continue the tradition of recycling weapon loadouts that we saw that was introduced with Operation Phantom Sight. For Goyo, he's going to have Mira's Vector 45 or Kaid's TCSG-12 shotgun. He'll just have one choice of a pistol for his secondary weapon, and then his secondary gadget is a choice between impact grenades or a nitro cell. His special ability are these volcano shields. So they're deployable shields that on the backside have an explosive canister that can be detonated either by ballistics or explosives. He gets 3 of these deployable shields, so you're going to start to see a lot of deployable shields put into play. From the front, these look no different than the standard new deployable shields. So they've got the window slits in them that you can see in or out of from either side. But in the middle will be that canister. And so from the front, it's hard to tell if that's there or not. The volcano shield, however, is a shield that you may not want to be sitting directly behind. Think of this as a deployable shield that's used more for deterrence and less for turtling up behind. These are going to be really handy to place into doorways or as a way to funnel attackers. When these go off, the flames kind of shoot up and spread out into a general area and create an area denial effect, kind of like how you would have with Capito's fire bolts or Smoke's gas grenades. This creates a section that you cannot pass through without taking damage for a certain period of time. Goyo's shields can be safely taken out by Ash or Zofia from a distance, or you can use frag grenades to do the same thing. It will still cause the shield to explode, but at least that way the shield has been detonated without your player being in immediate danger from the effect. Now you can still take out these shields the same way you can any deployable shields, so you can do it with a sledge hit or a maverick, but that's going to cause you to be within the area of effect, so while it will work, it's maybe not the best idea. Since this is not an electronic device, IQ cannot detect it, and Twitch is unable to puncture the gas canister from the backside like she can with Mira's canisters. Now let's take a look at the new attacker, Amaro. She is a 2-speed, 2-armor operator. And again, we've got recycled weapons here. So we've got the same LMG that IQ uses as her primary, or she can use the Supernova shotgun, which is the same one that Echo and Hibana have. These weapons also see the addition of a new attachment category. So the LMG can now, in addition to the vertical foregrip, also take an angled grip for faster ADS time. The Supernova can see the addition of a suppressor attachment. For secondary weapon options, she has the choice between Jackal or Mira's ITA-12S pocket shotgun or the SAS SMG-11. Her backup gadgets will be a choice between either claymores or breaching charges. Amaro's special ability is the grapple hook. This is a grappling hook system. She has a few uses with it, with a cooldown in between, so you can't chain them immediately from one into the next. And they work on open hatches, windows, skylights, ledges, things like that. And these are context sensitive. So when you look at it, if you are within range, you will get the prompt showing you that you can indeed go into it. It fires out the grappling hook, which then attaches to either the frame of the window or the ledge or whatever, and propels her right through it. If a window has the wooden barricade on, it will actually break the barricade before she comes through, giving defenders a little bit of a heads up that someone is going to burst through there in a second. This, of course, can be stopped cold by castle barricades. If she wants to come through a window that has a castle barricade on it, it is going to first have to be destroyed before she can do that. Also, if she comes flying through a window now, this is going to make more effective use out of either Kapkan window traps or frost traps that are waiting for her, because as she flies through, she doesn't pull out her weapon until she lands, and that means she'll have already landed in the frost trap, making it impossible for her to destroy the device as she comes over the sill. Now, because she can use her grappling hook to propel herself upward through open hatchways, this is something that she is going to be able to take advantage of to get the drop on the defensive team, as she uses their own rotation points against them. This can also be a fast way to get up into an objective area. With the versatility of having either a primary or secondary pocket shotgun, she's also able to pop the hatches on her own if they haven't already been sealed up or opened. If they've reinforced them, then you may want to have your Hibana open up something for you, and then you can come up through that opening. Now, outside of the reworked map and the 2 new operators, we also have some changes coming to the game that will affect it in other ways. In this next season, we will be seeing leaving escalation penalties. The details of this weren't laid out specifically, but the concept behind this is that they want to try to address the problem of people abandoning in the middle of a match all the time. Specifically, this would have a big impact for casual, because right now you can only have that penalty on ranked for an abandon. More specifics will be available later. They also want to make a new system for detecting AFK. So if you have an AFK player who has the diffuser, right now your only option was to team kill them so that you could then pick up the diffuser. If that player has been detected to be AFK, it will automatically have that player drop the diffuser so that somebody else can come and pick it up without having to go the team kill route. They're also implementing something called squad-based penalties. So what this does is it creates a situation where you may have a 4 stack that is bullying the random solo queue that is joined into their match. Between the 4 players, they could really harass that single individual player, and they're coming up with a system that will prevent that kind of a thing from happening. Details were not yet provided. We will also be seeing the addition of a new Champions rank. This is a rank above Diamond. So this really creates like a best of the best kind of a tier. In addition to that new tier, there is also a rank tier redistribution. Now, commonly when you were spit out of your placement matches, you would probably be winding up in the gold, and this time it looks like they're producing more of a silver foundation for those players to land in, so that gold will actually mean something more than just like the general place where most players wind up being put. There's also been some expanded ranks. Again, you have the new one over on the champion side, you've got some over in copper as well, so we're really trying to spread things out a little bit more to show a wider gap of skill. Now, for this next season, Ranked will be losing a few maps. They are taking out Hereford, Theme Park, and Fortress, but it is gaining the rework of Canal. So we will have a new rotation in the map pool for Ranked, losing 3 maps but gaining 1 new one. There's also going to be less maps in the casual playlist as well, but they did not reveal what that would look like. Finally, there is going to be a new playlist called Unranked. This is a playlist that's kind of between casual and ranked. It uses the ranked rules, but apparently there is no rank that you earn from doing so, so it looks like casual in that regard. Not exactly sure who they're targeting with this. If you want to play ranked, you can, and if you want to play casual, you can. So I think that this would just take away from the queue times of either mode and not really give you anything different, considering it's the ranked experience, just without the ranked reward. But it's something new that they're trying. Another new thing they're doing is they're introducing a battle pass. So this is going to take 2 phases. Phase 1 is starting this season in Operation Ember Rise. So this is a mini battle pass. They're starting out with this one as a free test. You don't have to buy into this at all. The rewards are free. You just play the game and you unlock tiers and rewards and various things like that. The full battle pass will then come out in season 4. This will be phase 2 of the battle pass. And it will have 2 tracks. You'll have the free track and you'll have a premium track. And of course, you'll have different access to different things with that premium track. As you play, you get the ability to unlock things. You'll get skins and uniforms and headgears and charms and those kinds of things that are unique to the tier system that you are using with the battle pass, whether it's the free one or the premium version. They will also have more story revealed, not through any kind of cinematics or cutscenes or expanded missions, but rather through what appears to be like comics. Apparently, these will be unlocked as you play and give you background information on some of the operator dynamics. Moving forward, there's also going to be a whole new series of esport team uniforms that are going to be released. So this is a pilot program that they came out with before, that they did a uniform and had like the headgear with the weapon skin and the charm for a specific pro league team that you wanted to support. Well, they're coming back and doing this with even more teams and more options now. And if you just like to support the team, or even if it's not so much a team, but you just like the way it looks, then you can go ahead and pick up one of these. And speaking of new uniforms and skins, the next Elite has been announced. The Elite Mira is dropping with Operation Ember Rise. She's got a new hairstyle, a new vintage look in the workman jumper that she's got going on here, and something looks like it'll be going on with this heavy weaponry as part of her victory animation. So this will now be available. If you are a big Mira player, you can now go ahead and pick up that Elite with the start of Operation Ember Rise. Now, all of this goes live on the test server tomorrow, Monday, August 19th. So if you have access to the PC-only test server, you can try out all of this new content starting at that time. The test servers now have a 3-week window. So 3 weeks after tomorrow, it will come to all platforms outside of the test server. At that time, you will have access to the new map that's free for everybody. So everybody will have access to the Canal rework. If you have the season pass, you will then have access to Goyo and Amaro. But if you do not have the season pass, then you will have to wait 7 days beyond that. You will still get the new map for the Canal rework, but you will have to wait to buy either of the 2 new operators for 7 days after that point. So that would be 1 month from tomorrow if you do not have the season pass for the new operators. 3 weeks after tomorrow if you do have the season pass for the new operators on any platform. Now, with all of this new content coming up and the new map and taking a look at the new operators and how everything works together, I will definitely be covering new information that is revealed for how to use these characters, get the most out of them, find the new tricks and spots in the maps. We'll be going over all of that as the new season drops. So if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Make sure that you click that notification icon so you get alerted as soon as new information becomes available. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.